Ladies and gentlemen, the show is about to start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
What is the deal, nation? Yes, indeed, you already know what it is. It's the Raiders press conference with Luke Getsy, hosted by Lunatic Raider. Shout out to everybody, man. Thank y'all for pulling up, man. I told y'all at noon we doing the thing. We waiting for the Raiders to go ahead and start this press conference. We can go ahead and check it out, and then we can come back and dive into it, man. Go ahead and dissect it and tell our side what we think we seen, what we heard. What are they going to do on the offensive side of the ball? What is the game plan? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Shout out to everybody out there. The world's most dangerous chat is in the building. You feel me? In the building. Let's go. Let me go ahead and throw some background on this one time, man. Yes, sir, man. Waiting for these people to start this. You know how they be late. You know how the Raiders be, boy. They be LATE for real, for real. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We got who we got in here? Fly City, we in the building, man. Salute to you, yes, sir. Robert Pena with the Raiders. Yes, indeed. Steve the Luna. What's the deal, man? Top of the afternoon now. Yes, it is. It ain't the morning, it's the afternoon. Raider Paul, what's the deal, man? Yes, indeed. We got some mods in the building, man. Salute, salute. Yes, sir. Alfredo, the boss with the sauce, man. Salute. For real, man. We got Debbie Cakes in the building. Yeah, it's a Raider thing. You feel me? It's a Raider thing. Ja Raider, what's the deal, man? Salute to you. The mod with the most. NorCal Raider Getsy. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. This thing going, man, one time. Who we got right here, man? Who we got right here? Ray Love in the building. Salute to Ray Love. Yes, sir. Keep this scrolling down, man. I gotta get everybody in the mix. Joel E in the house, man. What it do, man? Salute. Good to have you here, for real. Let's see. We got Dark in the building, man. Salute to you. Tops. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I am the Bay in the house, man. Salute. Yeah, buddy. Brian Rodriguez is in the house, man. Salute to you as well. Pyro, my dude with the Raiders. You already know, man. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Who else we got up in this Mickey Ficky, man? So we got all the usual suspects, man. SoCal Sal in the building, man. Salute to you. Top of the afternoon. Yes, indeed, man. Waiting for this press conference to start. As soon as they do, man, we right into it. You feel me? Back at it. Yes, we is, man. Told y'all, man, hey, I'm on one. We're going to get it in. All right, that's everybody, man. Salute to the chat, man. Thank y'all for pulling up. We're just waiting for these cats to start this live. You feel me? Start the live one time, you know. They started yet. They got it listed at 12:15. I don't think it's gonna be 12:15. It might be a little bit after that. But then, hey, who knows? They might surprise us all. Be like 12:15. Bam! They just started that shit. It's 12:04 now, so they got 11 minutes. Let's go. Shout out to everybody, man. Yes, indeed. Ja Raider, Alex S. Yes, man. Hey, we just waiting patiently. Let's go. You know what? I know what we ain't seen in a minute. Oh, you know what? Let me liven it up real quick one time, man. Let's get into the homeboy and his Raider track, Damian Bonds, man. Let's go, man. Raider, baby.
Heard about those new Jordans? Yeah. Yeah, I heard Jonathan has them. I definitely gotta take them. Yeah, aren't you guys supposed to be fighting tomorrow? Yeah, I'm supposed to meet him at the court. Oh, I'll be there just in case anything happens. I got a question. Yeah? What you want to be when you get older? I want to be a linebacker for the Raiders. I want to be a quarterback for the 49ers.
Ever since a kid, it's been patching skulls. Black and white, you see it on my flags and poles. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, all you ever heard about my lips. I went twitching, I went breaking when Brady was winning chips. Went to LA, then to Oakland, and now we up on the strip. Dancing with the nation every time we get to 6. 3rd and 13 used to run the ball. Now we got 100, so we changing the call. Tatted on my body, ain't no taking it off. When the Raiders on the TV, we ain't taking the call. When the Raiders on the TV, we ain't taking the call. Unless they with the nation, ain't no faking involved. All that internal hating, we be shaking it off. Cause we know they just came around Jacobson Call. Who you thought I've been rocking for? Ever since a kid, it's been patching skulls. Black and white, you see it on my flags and poles. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know.
Look, I'm 34 like Bo Jackson. I'm a Raider, long live John Madden. We left Oakland, now we with the Sinners. For Al Davis, we got unfinished business. Look, just win, baby. Defense ain't giving up an inch lately. The offense in clutch, we bout to up the scope. And D-Car ain't stopping till we reach the boat. Yeah.
Who you thought I've been rocking for? Ever since a kid, it's been patching skulls. Black and white, you see it on my flags and poles. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. Who you thought I've been rocking for? Ever since a kid, it's been patching skulls. Black and white, you see it on my flags and poles. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know.
There you have it, Raider baby. Yes, indeed. Damian Bonds featuring Twin Tay, man. Let's go. You know what I mean? We just waiting for this press conference to jump off as they introduce Luke Getsy, the new offensive coordinator that we got from the Chicago Bears. Also had a stint with the Green Bay Packers as the quarterbacks coach, as well as the wide receivers coach. Was there with Vontae Adams his rookie year, and also dealt with Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love taking that offense, helping taking that offense from 14th ranked overall to number 1 overall in the NFL, as well as while he was the quarterback coach with Aaron Rodgers for 2 years. Those 2 years, Aaron Rodgers won MVP of the NFL. So we got a great dude that's being put in place. We already know what happened with Kingsbury. That's another story. Oh well. Don't bust your toe while kicking rocks. But we got our dude now, man. We got to rely on him with the offense. But I think that AP got the guy he wants. Like he said, they interviewed over 11 candidates for offensive coordinator, and Kingsbury didn't work out. Now on to plan B, which, like I always say, you don't get what you want. You get what you're supposed to have. You feel me? So we supposed to have Getsy. We got him, as well as the new offensive line coach, who is James Craig, that we got, man. Another guy that's known for doing what he do with the offensive line as far as position coach. So we're putting up roster together. I heard that Telesco is looking and bringing more guys from the front office, recruit them over from the Chargers. So we about to thin their little punk asses out and add it to our staff. They'll go ahead and hit the ground running with free agency in the draft, which we got coming in March as well as April. Combine starts the 29th of this month, which is leap year, February 29th, man. And then we get to check out the combine in Indianapolis. Hey, now we start breaking down the potential draft picks. Do we get Jaden Daniels? Do we trade up and get him? Do we stay pat at 13? Or do we trade back and still get a guy that we got our eye on? We'll shall soon see. Yes, indeed. Come one, come all. The best fucking show in town. You already know what it is. Salute, man. Waiting on these motherfuckers to start this show, man. Frank White, what's the deal, man? Trade 5 first round. You said trade 5 first round, please. For who? For Caleb Williams? Man, you're going to have to throw more picks than that, because you know he come with a lifetime supply of fingernail polish. Yeah. He got trans fingernails. Let me quit. Get no bounds, unfortunately, boy. Top beats, man. Salute, man. Right on. Getting ready to start, y'all. Let's go ahead and get ready for this shit. Yes, indeed, man. We getting ready to start. So let's pull it up. Bam. Yeah, buddy. So in the meantime and in between time, we can do our thizzle till it starts. Yeah, boy, we about to get it cracking with this press conference, man. I'm interested in seeing. Here we go. Shut the fuck up.
Coach.
Let's go.
Recording in progress.
All right, we'll get started with questions. We'll go Paul first.
Hey, Luke, Paul Gutierrez here from ESPN.com. Number one, what about the Raiders and this job in particular appealed to you to want to come in and take this job? And also, secondly, I know it's really early, but what about the news of Jimmy Garoppolo and the suspension and most likely not being here? How does that affect what you may want to do going forward?
Yeah, that second part I'm not familiar with just yet. But you talk about this organization and the history of this organization. I've been fortunate to be a part of 2 other organizations that have that tradition and history. And it's just something that like resonates in me. I grew up in Pittsburgh, so obviously as growing up and the Steeler Raider rivalry and all the cool stuff that's happened between these two organizations. So there's just always been a really cool respect that I've always had for the Raiders growing up. So that's the starting point to why you ever would want to be in the silver and black. And then you get the opportunity to get here. And I came on the interview and got to not just meet AP, but everybody in this building. Something that's really important to me are the people. Like everywhere I've been, I've really tried to connect to everybody in the building, not just stick on that football side. And I love the flow of this new building and how you're able to do that. You're able to be a part of all this thing because we're in this together. Like this isn't just about me or one player or anything. This is the entire organization going to win. And I just think it's really cool how they set this thing up to where we can all connect. And it was obvious as soon as I walked in the building how important this family atmosphere is. And so I was really drawn to it.
Hey, Luke, congratulations. Had you met Antonio before this process? And in the interview process, what was your guys' combined vision of the offense, how it's going to look, and what do you guys want to accomplish on that side of the ball?
I had not. met AP prior to that interview. But it was evident, like I said, when I walked in, and the energy, the enthusiasm that he brings to work every single day was just something I was attracted to right away. And you know, as you talk about the vision of the offense, I mean, you always have to play into the players that you have, and your best players got to be the one shining on Sunday. And so it's always about finding what everybody does best, and finding cool and unique ways to emphasize those things each and every week. And we're always going to start with talking about our play style and the mentality that we're going to bring. I mean, that's going to be evident. I use that phrase. We want as an offense, we want everyone to feel our film. We don't just want them to see it. And like, that's going to be a big part of it. And I think that's where AP and I really
feel our film. Sound like some porn shit, boy.
Coach Q Myers from Raider Nation Radio 920. Congratulations. Wanted to know what you learned from your experiences in Chicago as a first-time play caller for those 2 years, and what you could take from those experiences and bring them to Las Vegas.
Asking all the questions I
mean, experience is like the best thing you can get, right? We talk about with quarterbacks all the time. Like, you getting on that game film, there's nothing like it. And that game experience gives you the most to grow from. And it's the same thing with me. You know, every game I found my way. I found my way to get through the process a little bit cleaner each and every week. And from season 1 to season 2, and the way that we were able to, help those guys, in season 2, the guys like DJ and Cole have the best seasons of their career. Like, that's something that was a really cool thing that we were able to do, and continue to grow there. And like, it's always about getting better every single day, right? So whether it's in the upstairs as an offensive staff, or whether it's when you're with your players, everything is always about getting better every single day, and being able to stick to that and hold true to that was something that I was really proud of.
Luke, Hondo Carpenter from Sports Illustrated. I echo my colleague's sentiments of congratulations. Talking to Devontae last week, he talked about they came to him, they talked to him. I'm just curious about that relationship with Devontae, how special it is to have him as any weapon in whatever offense you run. But he specifically mentioned the West Coast.
Yeah. I mean, that's Devontae entered the world in Green Bay. That was how I was raised in this business. In that Mike McCarthy West Coast style, and obviously there's the West Coast is a general term now. There's obviously different flavors of it that everyone has kind of taken run with, and I think we'll have our own as well. And but when you're working with a guy like Devontae, I walked into a room as a young receivers coach, and was really able to connect to him really quickly. I saw, he's in the middle of a room with Randall Cobb and Jordy Nelson, who were at the peaks of their career and accomplishing all these things, and had been to Pro Bowls, and Devontae, he aspired to do that and more, and we were able to connect really well, and our relationship was such that, I walked in, I'm a quarterback guy walking into the receiver room, and hopefully that those guys felt that I kind of brought that element to that room. So hopefully they're, bringing that football IQ up a different way, even the quarterback, through the quarterback's eyes, I think is really important. And I think that, you're talking about one of the most like spatial aware people I've ever been around, and someone who's able to take information and make the most of it. And that's Tay. Like, so, that 16 season was really kind of the beginning of when he was ready to take off as a pro.
Yeah.
Luke, this is Pat at the Chicago Sun-Times. How are you?
What's going on, buddy?
It's good to see you. I'm curious, you lived this here the last couple of years with the questions about Justin and what he can and can't do. How is he different now than he was when you got here, when you got to Chicago? And what do you think his future can be, whether it's with the Bears?
Why are you asking fucking Chicago Bear questions?
Tremendous growth for Justin.
Who that media man?
Like, he's one of the
ass
best human beings I've ever got to work with. It's just the mentality that he brought every day, the consistent approach, the kind of man that he is. It was a blessing to work with him. And
who let his ass in the fucking room?
He was someone that just came to work every day to get better and better, and I think he'll continue to do so.
Asking
Coach Mark Anderson, AP. Like, obviously, you've had a lot of success running the ball in Chicago. Do you envision that kind of approach here, or would you rather see more balanced offense?
No, hey, we're all about winning here, right? That's whatever it takes to win, and whether that's some weeks you got to run it more, and some weeks you got to throw it more, whatever it takes. I think it's all about playing into the players that you have, and trying to get them to do the things that they do really well. And so whatever that looks like, we'll find out here this fall, but we'll take this off season to go ahead and figure out exactly what that is.
Hi, Coach. Heidi Fang, Las Vegas.
Hi, Heidi
Review-Journal.
Fang.
I'm curious that Antonio Pierce had said he was impressed with your offensive scheme when the Raiders faced the Bears this season. How did that
they did run the
conversation
ball
go
down our
with
throat,
you two
boy.
when you were going through
They
the
did a
process of
number on
coming
us
to the Raiders?
with a backup
No, yeah, that was a
quarterback.
part of it. I think there was a part of the interview, you know, where we sat and we all watched that game and we talked about the whys and what we were doing and how we were doing it, and I think all that stuff was you know, resonated with them, and I think they kind of talked about how, you know, we kind of exposed a few things that helped them turn into the defense that they turned into. I think, you know, the success that we had here last year was, you know, from that point on was you know, a little bit because of that. And we had some success, and we had the young kid playing quarterback, and so we were, you know, that element of it too was a different dynamic, having a new guy come in and, you know, playing the game just a little bit different as well.
Hey, let's get right to it. What are your impressions of this year's quarterback draft class?
Yeah, it's obviously an impressive one, right? I think there's a lot of different flavors, and I think it'll be. I'm going to have a lot of fun diving into it. I haven't gotten to that point where I could give you the evaluation on each guy, but I think that, you know, watching from afar as watching that college football season, I think that you know, this is a pretty cool year. There's a lot of different styles of guys, and a lot of success that they've had in college. So I'm excited to get down into that stuff.
What kind of on the same vein, Luke? What kind of quarterback skill set fits best in the kind of offense you want to run that you envision?
Yeah, there's not one in particular, man. I think anytime that you can get as many good players on your football team as possible, you can't. You know, I don't think it ever helps anybody to box yourself into a corner with it. They have to be this exact thing. I mean, I think you got to play into the players that you have and the things that they do really well. And you know, I think that's what's cool about this draft. Like we talked about, there's a lot of different types of guys, and it's about who can do things, you know, to the level that's a difference maker, right? You try to get as many dynamic guys on your team as you can, and I don't, you know, I wouldn't ever want to box myself into a corner with one particular style.
That's what they label Jaden Daniels as, being dynamic.
Luke, I'm curious what your last month has been like. Do you sit down and think what you would do the same, what you would do differently? And I'm sure those questions are asked of you as you're interviewing for jobs. Mm-hmm. How do you kind of take a look at what you guys did holistically with the Bears and then present a plan going forward based on that?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's something that I do in my life with pretty much everything. You go do something, and then you have to reflect on it, and then you have to grow from it, and you know, try to do better, whether how good it was or how maybe not so good it was. And so, of course, there was time for reflection, but the competitive spirit in me, like, was getting right back into it and ready to rock and roll. And I took this opportunity to, you know, I interviewed a lot of places to meet as many people as I could, and it was a really cool experience. And this was this was just an incredible opportunity here that I was really excited about because of, one, the organization that it is, and then two, the people in the building were just incredible.
3 more questions. Vinny, Hondo, and Q.
Hey, Luke, Vinny Bonsignor with the Las Vegas Review-Journal. Welcome to Las Vegas.
Thank you, man.
You know, looking at you guys' numbers from last year, Cole Kmet, young tight end, was featured pretty prominently in your offense. The Raiders have a young tight end in Michael Mayer, and I'm sure you dug into him a little bit last year coming into the draft. What are your, what are your impressions of Michael Mayer and how he could fit in your offense?
Yeah, I think the cool thing about him is that you know, a little bit like Cole, he's a cool blend at tight end. He can do a little bit of everything, right? Anytime that, you know, you're evaluating players, you're trying to see like how diverse they can be. The flexibility for a player just allows you to be more dynamic as an offense. And I think that's what's, you know, really exciting about working with Michael.
Luke, I'm curious. Obviously, the Raiders are going to need to add a quarterback, whether it's free agency or draft, but Aiden O'Connell is in-house and a guy that AP
Here's the Aiden O'Connell question.
Took over as interim. What's your initial thoughts on Aiden O'Connell, please?
Yeah, I think, you know, anytime you have a young guy like that can come in and play as well as he did, there, you know, without getting to know him yet well enough, I think it just speaks volumes of the type of guy that he is. Like, without even knowing him or talking to him about anything yet, I could tell you right now that guy's got to be someone that prepares his butt off and like is a great teammate. I mean, for the guys to rally around him the way that I saw from the outside looking in, and for him to go to perform the way that he did in the end of that season, that just speaks volumes. So I'm excited to get to know him, excited to work with him for sure.
Coach, you've worked with a quarterback that has the athletic ability to get out of the pocket at any time and pick up some big yards with his legs. You've also worked with quarterbacks that can stand in the pocket and just throw the ball around the yard. Can you give us the kind of pros and cons, and is there a preference that you have?
Well, I kind of like anything. You'd like everything to have. You'd like to have a little bit of everything, right? And I think, in this game, I think it's really important that you have some type of escapability. Doesn't mean you have to be as dynamic as Justin was, but I think you have to have
a quarterback
escapability.
that has a little bit of everything
chance and
with
create the
escapability.
extended
That
play,
is
whether
not
it's just
AOC.
sliding in the pocket or whether it's extending it with your feet outside the pocket. So
There you
all
go,
those
talk
things
about
are
the feet.
really important. You guys, it was on display in the Super Bowl, as we just saw here in Vegas the other day. Like that ability of both of those guys to create the second chance of the play is an important part in our league. And when you're trying to go win games, you got to be good on third down in the red zone. And when you're good at those two things, it's usually because your quarterback, has some kind of cool dynamic to be able to spit the ball around. Which we were pretty good at that thing the last 2 years.
He said a whole
Thanks,
lot.
Coach. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
There it is. Yeah, he said a whole lot without saying a whole lot. You feel me? He said it's important for quarterbacks to be able to use their legs to extend plays, mobility. We know that's not Aiden O'Connell, bruh. I mean, it is what it is. Call a ball and a strike. That's exactly what he called it, bro. And it don't sound good for. I mean, AOC is one of, but he's not a mobile dude. We all know this. So when he emphasized for a quarterback to have that, bruh, we'll see. We'll see if they can turn Aiden into a track star and make him run a 4.3. I don't know if that's gonna be the case, bro. But Jaden Daniels, you got to understand. Getsy has experience with Jordan Love as a rookie, and dealing with a young Justin Fields. That's just what what I mean. You dealt with Aaron Rodgers as well, but Aaron Rodgers was Aaron Rodgers when Getsy was there at the quarterback coach. You can't tell Aaron Rodgers nothing. He already knows. You know what I mean? He's been in the league that long. Jordan Love is a different story. That showed me a lot that his development with quarterbacks is damn good, especially when they listen. And notice the key word is listen, because I heard Fields he bumped heads. You know what I mean? And also didn't really get along well with veterans from what I read in a recent story. So Fields is kind of a stubborn type dude. I wonder if he'll ever come to the point of just giving in and understanding. Can't be like that, bro. You got to be acceptable to be groomed, to be developed, to be something better than what you already are. You feel me? We already know you got the arm talent, you're mobile, but can you listen to instructions? And I think that's the downfall of Justin Fields. But Getsy didn't say anything bad about him, nothing negative about Fields. So that was a good thing. I like the fact that, he didn't go there to that Chicago media dude. Next time, leave your bitch ass back in Chicago and wait for the next Chicago Bulls game. Don't come to a Raider facility asking a new Raider offensive coordinator questions about Chicago Bear shit. Come on, bro. That's fucking disrespectful. That's disrespectful. The fuck you gonna do that for? Asking shit, it had nothing to do with the Raiders. But you in a Raiders facility asking questions to a Raider offensive coordinator about Chicago shit. You should have asked that question in Chicago when he was there the last couple of years. That's fucking retarded, bruh. That's the dumbest shit. The dumbest shit. Fucking idiots, man. Stay your ass where the fuck you came from. Anyway, that's the end of the press conference, man. I'm glad y'all, man, we got 71 deep in here. Please subscribe to the channel. Smash that like if you have not done so. I really appreciate it, man. Thank y'all for making this channel what it is. We'll continue to grow like an early morning erection, man. Hey, the sky's the limit. You feel me? So with that being said, man, you guys enjoy your Friday. Most likely it will be a Dirty Lunatic show tonight. So tonight, 11 p.m. Pacific, 2 a.m. Eastern, pull on up to Raiders Allegiance, man. And for those who don't know what the Dirty Lunatic show is, it is a sketch comedy show for the nation. It's geared for the nation. It's a comedy show. We do talk a little football, but there's some skits, some humor. You know what I mean? Just if you ain't got shit going on tonight, you want to laugh and just hang out, come fuck with the Dirty Lunatic show, man. You already know what it is. Thank you guys for pulling up once again. Everybody that's here, man, salute to y'all. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a blessed Friday. Be safe. Make sure you make it back home to your loved ones, man. And I'll hopefully see y'all tonight at the Dirty Lunatic show. With that being said, I'm Lunatic Raider, Raiders Allegiance, man. This has been the Raiders press conference introductory to Luke Getsy, our new offensive coordinator, man. I look for big things coming from this gentleman, as well as the new players that we add through free agency and the draft. I'm Lunatic Raider, and I'm out this bitch.